students, another day to learn. I am Jane S. Robledo from Bernardo D. Carpio National High School, your teacher broadcaster in Health 7. I know you are eager to learn a new lesson to be discussed today, and so I welcome you all to our new topic. It is all about holistic changes during adolescent stage. Are you all ready? Do you have any idea about holistic changes during adolescent stage? If none, do not worry. We will process everything so that you will have a better understanding about it. This lesson is based on the most essential learning competency of the Department of Education that states, recognize changes in different aspects of growth that normally happen during adolescent stage. Specifically, it achieves the following. First, identify the different holistic changes during adolescent stage. Second, distinguish the common and unique characteristics of male and female. And last, appreciate the holistic changes happen during adolescent stage through proper way of coping up with the changes. Let us start with these questions. Have you experienced the following changes? Rapid increase in height and weight? More self-conscious about the changes that you are experiencing? Enjoy being with friends who share the same interest? Being capable of thinking critically, helping you to understand issues and concern about your development? Explore and ask unanswerable questions about the meaning of life? If yes, then these are only some of the changes that you will encounter once you enter the stage of being adolescent. So what is adolescence? Adolescence is a period of transition between childhood and adulthood. During this time, you may be experiencing significant changes. Adolescence starts with puberty. Puberty is the time when you start to become sexually mature. It usually happens at the age of 11 to 12 for girls and 12 to 13 for boys. However, this is not valid for everyone. Some adolescents experience puberty either ahead or later than others. The age when you experience puberty is influenced by heredity, nutrition, exercise, and other environmental factors. Are you excited to know more about the changes? And so am I. Brace yourself as we will dig more about the holistic changes during adolescent stage. Let us define holistic changes. Holistic changes during adolescent stage is a normal process. These are changes that happen in our physical as well as mental, social, emotional, and moral spiritual well-being. Let us start with physical changes. Physical changes are the changes in your body structure and shape. Let's try to look at the Venn diagram. Male and female encounter different physical changes. Male experiences some of the following changes. Voice becomes deeper. The Adam's apple becomes bigger. The shoulder becomes wider than the hips, while the female experiences some of the following changes. Menstrual period, breast development, and the hips become wider than the shoulders. But there are physical changes that are similar to both male and female, and these are increase in height and weight. Pubic hair, armpit, and leg hair usually begins to grow, and muscles grow. Another change you may encounter is the mental changes. Adolescents experience rapid mental development in mental changes, experiencing intellectual changes and how they think. Some of these changes are: adolescents are already capable of thinking critically, which helps them understand issues and concerns about their development. Have a tendency to become bored with routine activities, they need to be challenged. But somehow, they become egocentric or self-centered. They argue to convince and exhibit independent, critical thought. But somehow, they become egocentric or self-centered. They argue to convince and exhibit independent, critical thought. Are you ready for other changes? Yes, the emotional changes. A lot of changes on how adolescents feel about themselves and the world around them are experienced in emotional changes. Some of that emotional changes are: adolescents begin searching their own identity. They become easily offended and sensitive to criticism. They also tune out to become self-conscious because of the changes that are happening to them, giving them feeling of insecurity and discomfort. Have emotions that are frightening and poorly understood, often triggered by hormonal imbalance, may cause regression to more childish behavior patterns, and encountered mood swings. Next, social changes. Social changes in adolescence are about changes in relationships with others. They become more mature and less a child. Some of these changes are: enjoying so much when they are with friends who share the same interests with them, so they stay longer with their friends or peers even after school. Personal social concern dominates. Sometimes they may act unusual, daring, and aggressive. Desire love and acceptance from significant adults. And the last but not the least is the moral spiritual changes, which is centered in adolescents exploring moral and ethical issues. Some of these changes are: exploring moral and ethical issues that they may or may not apply in their life, depending on influences of home and religious institutions for moral and ethical choices and behaviors. Exploring and asking unanswerable questions about the meaning of life. These are the holistic changes: physical, mental, emotional, social, and moral spiritual. Do you think these changes are normal part of growth and development for every individual? Certainly, they are. Now, what do you think is the proper way of coping up and adjusting with the changes as an adolescent? There are many ways to cope up with the changes that you experience. You may understand that changes are normal and that everyone goes through it. Most of your friends are going through the same changes or experiences, so you are not alone. It will help if you discuss what you're going through with one of your close friends. Second, understand that going through these changes might feel strange. If you are hesitant about sharing your experiences with peers, parents, or other adults you're close to, then look for books that address the issues you are going through. The internet also offers a variety of helpful information on this subject, so get on with the research. Next, talk to someone close. For instance, an elder sister, your mother, or an aunt you are close to, if you need more information or assurance. And last, mood swings are normal. If you notice that you are not getting along with your parents or teachers as well as you did, do not be too hard on yourself or to them. There are many changes your body is going through during this phase, and you are bound to react to this. It might be helpful to discuss at length what is happening with someone who understands why you are behaving in an abnormal manner. There you go. Before we end up our discussion, adolescents like you must remember that you may undergo similar changes, but at the same time, unique for each adolescent. That understanding these changes can promote healthy development throughout your adolescence years. And last, it is important to learn how to cope with the changes in appropriate ways to avoid conflict with family, peers, and society. I hope you've learned so much from our topic today. Use this information to understand and appreciate yourself more. Don't let change scare you. Instead, be better than your best. If you have any questions about our topic for today, do not hesitate to ask and reach out your MAPEH teacher about it. They'll be happy to help you. It was fun having to serve you. Continue your journey throughout the whole module. Once again, I am Janice Robledo saying, I love MAPEH. Bye!